The fog is finally burning off, and it is an absolute beautiful morning. I don't know if you can hear those or not, but there's two what look to be bald eagles, but it sounds like hawks up above the barn, quite a ways up. We have a few things to get done today. I gotta take this trailer and unhook it, and we're gonna hook on to the small trailer that we had all that scrap collected from the other day. And we're gonna take that into, well, maybe not. Excursion won't start. Feels like the battery's dead. Let's stick it on the charger. See if that's all it is. If we can get the excursion going, then we're gonna go and we're gonna take that scrap metal into the scrapper, and then we'll come back and do some other stuff today. Well, I don't think it's the battery, because the charger said it's at 12 volts, and I wiggled the connection and it came on, so I'm guessing that battery cable is a little loose. Let's see if she starts up now. Yeah, that's it. Battery cable's loose. We'll get it taken care of, tighten it on up. You may have noticed this in the background. This is a new acquired project. Shouldn't be too bad. Probably not going to get to it till this winter, to be honest. The motor is locked up in it. I picked it up from a good friend of mine. I'm going to use it around the farm and then be able to use it to go into town and grab parts and stuff. It's a XT550 is what they call it. It's an enduro. So it's street legal, but then it's set up to where you can run it off-road. So it's gonna be really useful around the place. I just gotta tinker with it and find some time to get it going. Shouldn't be too bad, but it's gonna take probably a weekend or two, I would imagine. We're gonna need these for this job. You know, we were sitting around the dinner table last night, and for some reason, I can't even remember how it started. The kids were sitting there asking each other and debating whether or not we were rich or not, and came to the conclusion that no, we're not. But it was funny, and I made the off comment that no, we're not rich, and Heidi stopped me and she said, look around the table. And it kind of took me back, and I looked around the table with my 6 kids and realized that, you know, it's not about money. It's about a fulfilling life, and I truly have a fulfilling life with my wife and kids and the friends and family that we have around us. And I can honestly say that yes, I am rich. Not monetarily, but that's not what matters. You guys want to see a classic Kansas crop? Sunflowers. We actually don't see those crops around here as much as what you would think, but they're still around. Everybody's harvesting corn right now, and soybeans will be coming in soon in the next couple weeks or month. Soybeans are pretty green still. They let the crops dry out and the beans dry out, and then they harvest them. What you can see here are all soybeans. They're all pretty green and still growing. but the corn over there, it's dried out and ready to go. Yeah, it's funny because part of my morning routine, I try to get it every morning. Sometimes I miss, but I take and I write down what I'm grateful for that morning. And I've been doing that for the last about a year and a half to 2 years, and that has been really, really helpful with my mood for the rest of the day. But it's funny how even doing that, it takes somebody else to point out how much you should be grateful for what you have, and that you are truly rich. You know, riches in life are not limited down to monetary, down to cars and houses and actual physical cash. Really, riches, true riches in life, are how fulfilled we are and our purpose. If we are fulfilling our purpose in life, I can honestly say that I am rich in that. This over here is what they call milo. Milo is typically used in cattle feed. It's like a small seed grain, I guess you could describe it. It's used in bird feed also. There's a lot of different uses. You don't see milo grown around here and sunflowers as much. It's mainly corn and soybeans. But even though sunflowers aren't grown commercially around here as much, there sure still are a lot of wild sunflowers. They are everywhere this time of year. I love it. It's just a sea of yellow. That and wind turbines, they sure are everywhere. Well, we made it. Scrap metal everywhere. Well, that made it easy. He pretty much picked up everything and grabbed it with that grapple. And I just had to pull out the small stuff by hand. We need to run through the scale and see how much all that weighed and collect a check. Well, I think that was around maybe 1,500 pounds, something like that. I think we scaled in at like 10,200 or maybe somewhere in there when we first pulled off. Let's find out. Ended up being 1,400 pounds and got 49 bucks out of it. I'd say that's better than nothing. Beats hauling it off to the dump and paying them to take it. So here's the plan. We've got these horse panels and hog panels, and we are going to be getting pigs out here soon. But right now, I want to take and enclose the garden area. I'm going to enlarge it a little bit. And I want to use these. I will probably have to use these in conjunction with some chicken wire and or hot wire. I'm trying to be able to control the rabbits and mainly the raccoons and the chickens too. I want to be able to put the chickens inside the garden when we want them, like through the winter or when there's like a bug infestation, but then I want to be able to keep them out when I want to too. So these are, I believe they're 20 foot long, and the garden area right now is a little over 60 foot. So I think I want to enlarge it to maybe around 80 foot. So let's load some of these panels up and then we'll start setting them up at the garden. Okay, we got all but 2 or 3 of them loaded on. It started getting full on that one side. Got that water tank on there. I should have removed that first, but we've got most of them here, and then I will drag the rest of them, 2 or 3 more, which are, I think those are true 20 footers. These turned out to be 16 footers. So I'm gonna have to use a lot more than what I thought. So here's the remnants of this year's garden. This is a little over 60 foot. I think it's about like 64 or 65 foot wide. And then like depth wise, it's like 34, I think. I wanna make it a little bit bigger for the garden area, the growing area next year. And we're gonna kind of use it as a dual purpose. The plan is to run chickens in here during the off season, also be able to run them in here whenever we have like a bug infestation. But not only that, is I'm gonna use these panels because I want to run hogs in here in the winter time. So they'll root up the ground, they'll eat all the bugs, everything that needs to be gotten rid of, and then they'll be tilling it up and spreading manure on there in the winter. And then hopefully in the spring, it'll just be rich, rich soil. So given that the size is a little off from what these panels are, we're just gonna kind of round up. So whatever the distance of the panel coming out is over the size of the garden, that's what we'll end up with. And we might go a little bit bigger also. So let's get started on this. Let's put these panels all up and get ready for the hogs and the chickens. All right, well, we got a little over 3 sides done. I ran out of T-posts, so I'm gonna have to go and get quite a few more T-posts. I think in between each 16 footer, we're gonna have to have a T-post, so it'll be about every 8 feet. I think that will straighten it all out. We started on this side over here, but we're moving it quite a bit farther out. So it's gonna be, I think, 80 foot wide now, and then somewhere around 52 foot deep. So I'm planning on putting the chicken coop here. We've got about 20 birds that I'll be able to let out into the yard, or I can let them into the garden, however we deem fit. And then this will be able to have buffalo inside of it. I can feed hay in it. We can get a lot of manure, compaction, and then we can bring in pigs, run chickens. It'll just be a really, really good setup. We'll be able to run almost every animal that we'll have on the farm in here. So this is the start of it. Weren't able to finish it today, unfortunately. We're just too far away from any store to be able to run out, go get T-posts, and then come back. It'll just waste the rest of the day. So we're gonna start on a couple other things, but this is a good start. It's looking good so far. Well, we got some more projects done today. All this wood, I've been meaning to clean it up. So finally got it all loaded up on a trailer and got some other stuff situated. Got the chicken coop situated. This is all gonna go to burn pile. And then just straighten up some of that tin and that tank. So I think we're about done for today. I need to take and mow the lawn, which is gonna take a couple hours. But other than that, I think we're about done. So thanks guys for watching. Appreciate you joining us. If you want, check out our other channel. It's Buffalo Country Life. Heidi's doing some outdoor cooking on there. Hope you'll enjoy it. We'll see you guys next time.